This is Lamborghini. The Lamborghini nameplate is owned by VW Audi, which is the second largest car maker in the world, and that group has designated their Lamborghini, nameplate to be the center of excellence for automotive composite applications. So we've got a lab at UW that can design, prototype, and go to small run manufacturing on composite components. And for Lamborghini's new Sesto Elemento, they're even going to suspension components made out of composite materials. So they're getting away from metals even in the suspension of the vehicle.
Well, Tom, if it comes true, this autonomous vehicle, the saloon and bar owners will support it.
Well, I support it for that. Don't leave it alone. Forget the errands.
Quick spec question.
Final last comment each.
I think we have one more question in the back.
Real quick spec question. How big is the battery pack that you have in your car, and how do you recharge it?
It depends on which batteries you get. The lead acid pack is 600 pounds. The lithium iron phosphate pack is 350 pounds.
Kilowatt hours. How many kilowatt hours?
So 9 and 18.
Okay. So you recharge that at 110?
Yeah, and the default is 110. We're also going to support prior outlet RV charging. We're also going to support DC fast charge.
Level 2 and DC?
We're not initially coming out, our pilots are not going to have level 2. They're going to have RV outlets.
Okay.
We talk about the charging infrastructure. There's already an enormous infrastructure of high capacity charge potential out there. Every single KOA campground, all over the place that has higher amperage charge. But I think the default is just going to be 110 outlet that if you don't have to install a $2,000 fancy plug at your house, it's going to be more beneficial from the cost standpoint.
Closing thought, Chris?
I guess first of all, I just want to say I really support Mark's vision. In particular, I think the concept of smaller commuter vehicles is a great one. That will help solve congestion during high traffic times, and it works really well with electric vehicles, electric drivetrains, because they're more efficient to make the vehicle with less battery use. And that's great.
Better accelerators.
Well, I think there's a general reset going on in the world, in America, and that is about paying the true cost of things. Whether it's we don't pay enough for a head of lettuce because we want someone, an immigrant, to work in the fields of Southern California for $125 a week when they need $650 in benefits. So instead of going to KFC and bitching at 89 cents for a head, you pay $250 because that's the real cost. All that is happening in America, and I think we need to make sure we can get the message out. It won't affect your it's not all a negative off your net worth. That there's commerce involved, there's lifestyle changes happen. People in LA figured out how not to make the high cost of energy impact their lives. That the story to tell is that this is a good reset. There's economic opportunities in it, but we've been living too large. I'm a baby boomer. I'm guilty, but we're not going to have that kind of abundant resources at low price in this world anymore. It just isn't going to happen. So the sooner we embrace now technologies and look at the future. I mean, I look at yours as a now technology that can get to market quick, and you can get 1 million people to start a buzz on using that kind of a vehicle for the utility vehicle that you need to do things. And I think that's the way we're going to move the needle.
There is one other very big issue that no one's brought up today, and that is how do we pay for the highways? That's going to be a huge issue, because everything now is based on gas tax.
Tolls.
Yeah, so it's interesting on that point. Oregon is getting ready to pilot road user fee, which is a mileage-based fee, and I'm pushing really hard for a weight mile fee to really be part of that. I would say probably a few things. One, feel free to check out Arcimoto.com, sign up for the interest list, shameless company plug, and all that. Two, really think about how as a region we can become, we can lead the way. The opportunity is there for someone to take, and I think that we in the Northwest have all of the pieces necessary to make that happen. And then I think the third, and really to your point, is that the future, a sustainable future doesn't have to be a sacrifice. It's not, I think for the last 30 years, we've been, a lot of the more forward thinkers have been really cross bearers, saying, you know, I'm going to live a life of huge sacrifice so that everybody may live. Unfortunately, that is not a mass adoptable viewpoint. And so I think the challenge on designers, the challenge on startups, the challenge for us as a culture is to figure out that miracle of and. That is, how do we create a society that's much more frugal, that applies appropriate cost to things, but at the same time actually increases our quality of life. And it's absolutely possible. I mean, from a consumption standpoint, we are the most consuming, but we're not the most happy as a culture. And so how can we find tools that let us sort of do both? Be very frugal as well as be you know, happy and sustainable and marking lots of marks.
A couple last thoughts here. This troublemaker guy over here in the corner, those of you who don't know him, is Ralph Monroe, was a Secretary of State here in the state for 12 years.
Oh, it has been.
Noted not only for being a brilliant Secretary of State, but he personally saved the whales. And if you have ever heard a bagpipe in the last 30 years, it's been him. Mark Thorson over here is a guy we're just starting to do a partnership with. We hope to announce a new deal for our members to get cheaper, remanufactured, high-quality printer cartridges at a great price as a member service. So we're very excited about getting that going. And the last thing is, we put all these events with a group, our events committee. Some of you guys are here in the audience. We'd love to have the help of, you know, ideas, getting these together. There's just no end to really great topics that we're coming up with. We're going to try to do a debate over Keystone in the next few months. We're really interested in the natural gas phenomenon, how that changes everything. And there's a lot of stuff going on, and if you want to be part of that and help us out, we'd like it. Mr. Garrison?
Yes, I would like to announce that anybody that is interested in joining our bus trip up to Globe in March in Vancouver for the Globe Trade Show, please see me after the meeting.
Anything else for the good of the
The
order?
Globe, just a few. Who's been to the Globe here? You know, we went, Steve and I went in 2006, and absolutely it was a transformational aha moment. It's one of the world's largest clean tech convention, but it's the showroom with 1,000 booths of every conceivable, from shellfish harvesting to electric cars to wind to solar to water conservation. It is absolutely mind-blowing, and the countries come and set up. Holland booth in Germany did a region.
The deal, as far as Seattle, it's $20 for transportation up there and back. Does that include the exhibit hall as well?
March.
And so I think there's an exhibit hall charge and then a hotel bill for one night. So it's pretty darn reasonable to take a trip. I understand it was a lot of fun 2 years ago.
And I want to tell a story on David about the Globe Show. He said, Andrew, I'm happy to go up and, you know, campaign for the state, represent the state of Washington at that Globe Show in 2006, but right now Portland's a foreign country to us. And so Dave supported us before he started looking very far abroad. He was that committed to supporting the state of Washington, which we appreciate. But now your view is much broader than Portland.
You know that the global fight for brand position in clean technology, regionally, nationally, city, you go up to Globe, you'll see it's an engaged war. I mean, there's very few countries not represented there. It's very clear.
10,000 people attend.
Yeah. You spend 2 days just going through the trade show. It's just totally unbelievable.
Well, help me thank the panel, and I think you guys will stick around and talk.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah.